A sweeping cyber attack briefly took down Ukraine's foreign ministry website and other government websites Friday, displaying a warning to Ukrainians. All information about you has become public. Be afraid and expect the worst. The White House says it has been briefed by Ukraine and is supporting Kyiv, but has yet to identify a culprit. Analysts say the cyber attack appears consistent with others committed by Russian actors at times of heightened tensions with Russia's neighbors and may be meant to intimidate. The White House also confirmed reports that the U.S. has intelligence that Russia is already preparing a so-called false flag operation, an attack against its own proxy forces in eastern Ukraine in order to justify another invasion of the country.
We have information that indicates Russia has already pre-positioned a group of operatives to conduct a false flag operation in eastern Ukraine. The operatives are trained in urban warfare and in using explosives to carry out acts of sabotage against Russia's own proxy forces.
Talks this week aimed at defusing the border crisis did not produce a breakthrough. And Russia's defense ministry Friday released video showing Russian tanks and infantry carrying out firing drills near the city of Rostov-on-Don in southern Russia near Ukraine. On Thursday, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan sounded a resolute tone after the flurry of talks ended without a breakthrough.
The United States and our allies and partners are prepared for any contingency, any eventuality. We're prepared to keep moving forward down the diplomatic path in good faith, and we're prepared to respond if Russia acts. And beyond that, all we can do is get ready, and we are ready.
Russia says it did not hear any adequate answer to its demands that NATO promised to never admit Ukraine or any other former Soviet republics as new members. With border tensions unresolved, Michael Kimmich of the German Marshall Fund told VOA the U.S. must be ready for multiple scenarios.
It's not just diplomacy on the one hand and an outright war on the other. There are a lot of in-between scenarios as well. In some ways, the cyber attacks point us in that direction. So it's probably a dozen scenarios that the White House should be looking at, and I'm sure that they're taking a careful look at all of them.
Meanwhile, Senate Democrats have introduced legislation that would impose sanctions on top Russian officials and Russia's banking sector if Moscow invades Ukraine, as Democratic Senator Ben Cardin told VOA.
So this is a clear indication of congressional support for the strongest possible sanctions, including personal sanctions on the president of Russia, if in fact he further violates the sovereignty of Ukraine.
Senate Democrats say another Russian invasion of Ukraine would trigger war crimes and widespread human rights violations. Cindy Sain, VOA News.